Hello and welcome to Let the Fans Talk. Week 4 is done and in the books. I'm your host, Ryguy.
I'm Kien.
And before we get started with the news, I just wanted to say something really quick. Our hearts and thoughts go out to the victims of the Las Vegas shooting. A very unfortunate thing that happened, which is going to roll us right into our first news story, which is the Oakland Raiders pulled a very classy move and donated $50,000 to the relief fund for victims of that.
That is really awesome to hear.
Good on the Oakland Raiders part. Good job.
That just shows that they are going to be Vegas's team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that sounds weird to say.
Already giving to the city.
Right.
Don't those guys get paid like millions of dollars
Shut
a year?
the fuck up,
They
Max.
still donated something.
I donated my blood. Fuck you.
Then moving on into normal NFL news, one thing that pissed me off is Danny Trevathan's suspension was reduced to 1 game. I think the bitch should be out for at least 3.
This was from the
Packers-Bears
game. Yeah, okay.
No, I've heard a lot of people defending Trevathan, and they're just all like, well, if you're targeting like the shoulder area and you're going for the shoulder and it's a moving target, it's hard to stop yourself from hitting head-to-head. And I'm just like, yeah, but Devontae Adams, when you watch the play, was already being tackled down to the ground, going into the ground, and he's moving at such a speed, there's no way that he would have hit anything but his head. When you watch the play, it's a dirty-ass hit.
So he should have pulled back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bitch needs to be out at least 5 games, in my mind. Fuck you, Trevathan.
How strong feeling are you on that?
Pretty strong. I was pissed. I don't know if you could tell from my Facebook reaction to the play.
Yes, I did. So I just kind of want to do like a live stream of every Packer game with you now, just to see you scream.
I'll only scream if something dirty happens. Like, I used to get so pissed whenever Packers would play Detroit when they still had Ndamukong Suh, because Suh's a dirty-ass player.
He's a dirty-ass player.
Then the NFL and NFLPA met to discuss player social activism.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
learn more about the issues and stuff.
So, like, the NFL had no idea what was going. Like, are they? Like, what do they need to talk about? Like,
from what I gathered about the article, it sounded like they met with a bunch of the players to discuss what was important with them, and then they all got together and met with. I think it took place in like Philadelphia, and they met with like the Philadelphia Police Department and stuff like that, and just learned more about the justice system and stuff. So there's that.
I'm glad to hear. Good on you, NFL. Better than the NBA, because the NBA says there's no kneeling.
So then, for injuries, the Saints placed offensive tackle Zach Strief on injury reserve. Strief. Strife, whatever. They pronounce their names weird. You never fucking know.
Is he?
But he's on injured reserve now, so that's bad news for the Saints because he is one of their better offensive linemen. So we'll see how protection holds up for Drew Brees after that. And then the Chicago Bears announced that they're going to make the move to Trubisky. So the wait is over. Mitch Trubisky is officially the starter for the Chicago Bears.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Brandon Weeden is heading to the Tennessee Titans because Marcus Mariota, apparently his hamstring injury is severe enough to warrant signing another quarterback. The interesting thing about this is apparently a bunch of Kaepernick supporters are really angry that they're signing Brandon Weeden and not calling Kaepernick, and I'm just like, whatever, it's the team's decision. Like,
right.
Get over it.
Right. This is one of those things where I don't think it is blackballing when it comes to the NFL and doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, again, if you look at last year's statistics and everything like that on Colin Kaepernick, is that he really wasn't a good QB that year.
Yeah.
So
not only that, but I mean, you have the issue of Brandon Weeden's a solid like backup quarterback.
Right.
That's the level he's at.
Right.
You do not want to bring in a quarterback, say like Colin Kaepernick, who suddenly can perform really, really well at a high level, and all of a sudden you have a quarterback controversy on your hands and you have 2 starting quarterbacks, and you're just like, well, what do we do now?
Right.
It kind of raises issues if you do that. So the move makes sense.
Right. I think it's a better move anyways, because then you do get into that scenario of like, who do you play first?
Exactly. So then moving on to the games that happened this past week. We started off Thursday night with the JV team of the Chicago Bears rolling into Lambeau Field at Green Bay. And the varsity team for the Packers destroyed them. Final score was 35-14. If you were watching the game, it was never even that much of a competition. Packers just took it to the Bears.
I don't know. From what I was reading, I just read your anger and your lividness through some posts. You spent a good 5 minutes. Like every time I checked, it was something about that dirty move. It was just a different. Like it wasn't even the same status as all. I was like, oh, I wonder what Ryan's. Oh yeah, he's watching the Packers game. Oh, something happened. 10 minutes later, oh, he's still on this.
Yeah.
You were still on this game.
After that hit, we scored 2 more touchdowns, and I was like, good. Fuck the Bears.
You're just like, fuck you, fuck the world, I hate everything. You guys suck. I'm like, god damn, bro.
I was really pissed. It was a dirty hit. It was also really scary to watch. Then we had the New Orleans Saints, I guess, quotation marks, at Miami. The game took place in London. So...
Again?
Yeah.
So I was right.
New Orleans won it 20-0. So I can't remember who it was that on the status that said that the Miami's offense is fine. They're just a game behind everybody else.
Luis?
Yeah. No, they're not. I'm sorry to tell you. The offense is not fine. If you saw Jay Cutler on that Wildcat play, he gave no fucks. He didn't even move. That was amazing.
That's like a Celine the Scene kind of moment that was happening to him. He's like...
When you get shut out by New Orleans, who has one of the lower tier defenses in the NFL, that's problematic for your offense. That's a bad warning sign of things to come this season for Miami. Then we had Buffalo at Atlanta. Buffalo won it. Who knew?
Atlanta? Oh, yeah.
23-17. Matt Ryan got picked off 2 times.
This is... Ah, man. We were hoping that Atlanta wouldn't have that funk. You feel like they got the funk now, Ryan?
Maybe everybody else was hoping that Atlanta didn't have the funk. I hate the Falcons. I'm glad that they got the funk.
Okay, so you were the
funk.
Okay, so you knew this was gonna happen. Why do you hate Atlanta? I know you've hate a lot of teams.
I just hate Atlanta.
I just have now asked you reasons why you hate them. Like last week, I found out you hated Aaron Rodgers, and this week I found out you actually really hate Atlanta.
Well, with Atlanta, I just think that they're overrated. And
right.
Just another one of those bandwagon teams. Like, you did not see that many Falcons fans the years before. All of a sudden, they're making this storm through the playoffs. And then all of a sudden, you see all these people like, go Falcons! I'm just like, you're a bandwagon fan. Get the fuck out of here. That's why I hate the Falcons. Also, because Matt Ryan's overrated and everybody decides to give him so much praise when in the past 2 games, he's thrown 5 interceptions.
Right. See, and, that's the thing I always want to run into. You get this kind of thing when you look at these teams that, like, they get that little bit of spotlight, and then most of the time they go to shit.
This is what I've always said about Matt Ryan, and why I think Matt Ryan is overrated. Any quarterback would look good when you're throwing to Julio Jones. He's the best receiver in the NFL. Matt Ryan's an average quarterback that's made... He looks great because of his great receivers.
Right.
And that really showed after Julio Jones and Sanu went down in that game.
I think that makes the point, though, that you have to think that it's like a lot of people used to really think it was the quarterback's game, but then there is also a lot of things you have to look into.
It's definitely not... The quarterback is like a main component of the game. If you have a trash quarterback, you're just not going to win in the NFL.
Right, of course. But there's a whole lot more that goes into it.
Yeah, there's much more that goes into it. You have to have a good supporting cast for your quarterback to flourish.
Look at how, like, Eli works. Like, without Beckham, he was kind of like...
I mean, and we see that with... Not only with Matt Ryan, but with, like, a Dak Prescott. Like, take away Dak's, like, Ezekiel Elliott in the running game.
You got nothing.
Dak looked horrible in that game against Denver when he had to throw the ball. So it's just a supporting cast that overall just makes the quarterback look better. Atlanta not only has probably the top receiving core in the NFL, but they also have they do have the best running back tandem in the NFL. So that really covers up Matt Ryan, who is overrated as hell. But moving on, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh won it 26-9. Not a real surprise there. Totally saw that coming. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati got their first win of the season against the Cleveland Browns, 31-7. Cleveland 0-4 now. Will they ever get a win this season?
No, they're going to Detroit Lion it.
I think they're doomed to get the first pick in the draft again this year. That embarrassing title goes to them. And then this one was really surprising to me. The Los Angeles Rams at the Dallas Cowboys. Rams win at 35-30. Rams look like they're for real this year. I mean, last year they started out 3-1 too, and then they finished 4-12, I think. But the win over the Dallas makes me think that they might be for real this year.
This is another milestone for you. You've gone 3 weeks with saying L.A. instead of St. Louis.
I know, I'm on a roll now.
Good job. You're getting there. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a close game.
Yeah, it was a really close game. Much better than I expected it to be. I expected Dallas to roll all over them, but then we had the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Houston dominates it 57-14. Not even a game.
No.
Houston's kind of a weird team this year. They showed that they can be really good, but they're kind of inconsistent because we saw they got blown out week 1, and then they lost again the next week, and then they come back and rattle off 2 wins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of weird goings for them. Then we had the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit won it 14-7. Something I forgot to mention in the news, Dalvin Cook is out for the rest of the year for Minnesota. He had a full tear of his ACL in a non-contact injury in that game.
Oh!
So that's bad news for you Vikings fans. Your season's probably over right there.
Hashtag Skull.
Skull.
Yeah.
Still think you're going to the Super Bowl, guys?
Well, what? Bradford's still on Is he still on injury?
Bradford still hasn't played ever since that knee injury, so we don't know how severe it is. I mean, they keep saying it's no big deal, but he's still yet to play. So
Right. So, yeah. Skull. You're not going to be... Your stadium's going to be played with 2 other teams, and you got to deal with it.
Then we had the Carolina Panthers at the New England Patriots. Carolina wins it 33-30. New England showing how trash their defense is this year, letting Carolina put up 33 on them, and their offense hasn't done shit up until now.
You know what? I honestly don't think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl this year.
I don't either. I don't even see Patriots in the AFC Championship game at this point.
I'm not seeing it.
I think Buffalo might actually take that division this year. I think Patriots might be left out of the playoffs. It could end up being that way.
It's looking like it though. They're not bad, but they're not good at this moment.
I mean, it's normally they have like an average defense to get by on, but this year their defense can't even be called average. It's just garbage. So
it's meh.
Yeah. Then we had the Jacksonville Jaguars at the New York Jets. New York won it in overtime, 23-20.
I was with Jesse while we were doing this. We watched the last bit of the game. He was shocked. He was like, "Oh my god, we fucking won!"
I was shocked by it too. I was like, "Wow."
I was jaw dropped at the same time because I was like, "Yeah, Jack, what? Nah."
I mean, at the same time, it kind of wasn't surprising because Jacksonville's offense isn't exactly good. In the games that they have won, it's because their defense has just been able to take over the game completely.
So what is that? Does that mean the Jets have a good defense, or is that a nah?
That's a nah, because Jacksonville's not much to defend.
Okay. Well, I'm just...
Then we had the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona wins it in overtime, 18-15. Did not think this game would take overtime.
It did.
It did.
It's quite surprising.
San Francisco is now 0-4, so suck a dick, San Francisco. Another team I hate.
Just cause again, or
this one's mostly because I developed a huge hatred for them because they used to be the team that would knock the Packers out of the playoffs every year. So that kind of became a rivalry game a little bit. Then the Philadelphia Eagles at the Los Angeles Chargers. Eagles won it 26-24. It was a game at least, so you can say that. The funny thing about this game is that Eagles fans were the dominant amount of fans in attendance at this game. Apparently, according to StubHub, the Eagles fans just took over that stadium.
That is so weird.
Well, the move to Los Angeles was stupid for that. I mean, they kept telling them to keep them in San Diego. That's where their entire fan base is. Like, I don't understand why they're moving these teams to LA.
Money.
It's dumb. Then the New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers won it 25-23. Giants go 0-4. Eli Manning still has a job somehow.
He's top 5 quarterback, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, top 5 for sure.
Top 5.
Top 5 backups. They have the Oakland Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Denver wins it 16-10. Derek Carr suffered a back injury. I think it was a herniated disc. He's out 2 to 6 weeks. So that's not good news for the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders are going to be calling upon E.J. Manuel. So Oakland's season might be over.
Right.
Sorry to say.
Yeah, it's good.
That
You
might
did
be
good
done.
things. It doesn't matter to me.
But I saw a meme that kind of made me laugh, where it's Derek Carr on the ground, and then it says, Derek Carr is starting to look like Tony Romo with all these injuries. And I was like, that's very true.
This is very true. Tony Romo doesn't play anymore. He is now...
He's a commentator
Yeah,
now.
he is.
Yeah. They're the Indianapolis Colts at Seattle Seahawks. Seattle won it 46-18. Not surprising there. Totally expected that outcome. Indianapolis is not a good team. And then we had a really fun game to watch last night. I don't know if you watched it, but I did. The Washington Redskins at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I saw bits and pieces.
Kansas City won it 29-20. It was a thoroughly entertaining game.
That's good. I think these teams need to have thoroughly entertaining games because some of these teams have not been doing well these couple of games. So it's nice to, even if they're both lackluster, it's nice to have a challenge. For them to face.
And there was apparently a report that a lot of gamblers were happy that Kansas City scored a touchdown on the final play of the game because it apparently gave them the over on the bets.
Oh my god.
So they got more money because of it. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's really Ryan, I don't know what game we're going to live stream first.
Oh, are you? Yep. Moving on to week 5 now in the NFL. Starting off Thursday, the Patriots at the Buccaneers. This is a tough game to call just because, again, Patriots defense is not a defense. I think I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
Right. I am seeing a decline again in the Patriots as a team. And this year is gonna be that proof that it's not. I don't think it is Brady's fault, like we've always talked. I still think he's a good quarterback. I just think that there's gonna be a readjustment next year coming along with their defense. So I too am also gonna go for the Buccaneers.
Then we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. I'll give it to the Colts. I just don't like anything that I see out of the 49ers to give them a win, so.
Yeah, because you hate them. I am going to go 49ers. I don't
think they get their first one?
I think they're going to get their first one. I don't like the Colts. I don't have a hatred for there's one team I have a sheer hatred for, and we'll get to that, but I have no fight in the horse, but I just think the Patriots are not the Colts are still lackluster, and they're going to prove it.
They have the New York Jets at Cleveland Browns. I expect Jets to win this. They're the better team out of the two. That's not saying much, but they are.
I don't like either.
Yeah.
So this one, this is my I don't give a shit game of the week.
Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm
Steelers.
gonna go with Steelers.
Yeah.
That's the team I have a sheer hatred for.
The Steelers?
I have a sheer hatred for the Steelers. It has nothing to do. It only has to do like years back when the Steelers were in the Super Bowl and they won it, and then like I've just hated them ever since.
Which one? The Arizona one or the Seattle one?
The Arizona one.
Oh.
I've hated them ever since because like my friend was a huge Steeler fan and all he would do was text me about how big the Steelers are doing. I'm like, I will fucking stab you. You have made me hate your team because you love them so much. Literally, if I have to sit and watch a Packers game with you someday, that will probably be you. Like, I will love you like my brother, but I will hate you deep down inside when you talk about the Packers.
Then we have the San Diego Chargers at the New York Giants. I think San Diego picks up their first win here.
Yeah, Los Angeles Chargers seem like they're going to pick up the
Yeah,
first
god
win this
damn
year.
it. Los Angeles Chargers are going to pick up their first win of the season as the San Diego Chargers.
That'd be a better thing. Bring them back to San Diego, NFL. Jesus.
Yeah, who are you going with?
I am also going to go with San Diego. I just think that, man, Eli, he lost the thing that made his quarterback his quarterback plays look good. So you got really nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
He's not his brother. As much as people want to compare the two, they are not the same. I trust Peyton as a quarterback. I trust Eli just to throw the ball and miss.
Then we have the Buffalo Bills at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go with Bills. They have looked very impressive, and Cincinnati has not.
I too am also going to go with Bills. The Bengals have been that team that they've only had one win, right?
Yeah, one win.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Bengals is one of those teams that's going to be time to hit the panic button on them. Then we have the Carolina Panthers at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go with Lions. I think they're the better team. And I don't think Lions' defense is as bad as the Patriots' defense.
I'm going to go with the Panthers, actually. Gonna see what the Newt can do. I don't know if that's what they nickname him, but I'm just going to nickname him the Newt.
Then we have the Tennessee
Just going to
Titans.
nickname him the Newt.
The Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins.
The Newt.
I'm going to go with Miami just because Marcus Mariota isn't there. So,
Y'all, you're making this hard for me. Yeah, Dolphins. I don't know what good they'll do, but I hope they score. It's gonna be a game.
they're going to win 9-3.
Yeah, it's either gonna be like they're 18-18.
They have the Arizona Cardinals at the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to go with Eagles.
We go with Marky Mark's team.
I'm pretty sure Marky Mark is a Patriots fan, but
Is he?
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Patriots fan.
He is from Boston, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Don't be an invincible then, you piece of shit. Don't lie to me.
He's an actor. He wanted money.
Don't lie to me, Marky Mark.
Then we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Oakland Raiders.
Now with that injury, I might give it to
I'm gonna give it to the Raiders by a hair.
I'm giving it to I like the Raiders a lot, but I feel like that injury is gonna hinder them throughout this. So
By the smallest little pubic hair, I give it to the Raiders.
I'm giving it to the Ravens.
Then we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Gonna go with Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Mm-hmm. They have the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. The safe pick would be go with would be to go with the Cowboys, because they're one of those teams that seem to have the Packers' numbers in the regular season. But I am going to go against my better judgment and go with the Packers. I think they pull off the upset.
I choose the Legion of Boom.
I just don't think. My reasoning behind this is I don't think Los Angeles is as good of a team as Green Bay.
Right.
So if Los Angeles can roll in there and win, I think Green Bay can do it.
Okay. No, I 100% understand you on that. Is Ezekiel Elliott still out?
I think he plays in this game.
Okay. I see, and with that, I might give it a little bit of an edge to the Cowboys.
Maybe, but...
You guys have a good defense, though, don't you?
They were very impressive against Chicago.
Okay.
They got a lot of pressure on them, which... the Chicago Bears have a very underrated offensive line. They actually have one of the better offensive lines in the NFL, so it was really impressive how much pressure they were able to get on them. So
Alrighty.
we'll see what happens. But the safe pick is the Cowboys.
Which is really weird to have, like, a really shit team have a good offensive line.
Yeah. Then we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. I am going to go with the Chiefs. I think they keep it going. 5-0. Here they come.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Then you have the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Bears. Say Mitch Trubisky gets his first
This is going to be our episode where we're going to live stream because I really want to watch this game with you.
Why?
Because I think it'd be fun.
I hate both of the teams.
It's
I'm not going to be
hilarious,
rooting
though.
for anybody.
I know, but I feel like all the shit talking you'll have for them is amazing. I'm going to go with Vikings just to play that counter argument on this. Like, there's no fighting the horse for either of us in this game. It's Max and Jay's favorite teams going at it. And they don't even care about football.
I only want the Vikings to lose just because I hate the Vikings so much, but I hate the Vikings more than I hate any other team in the NFC North, besides Detroit.
That's like how I picture like our friend group though is that, like the reason they watch sports is because their parents are really big in sports and they're just like, yeah, go, throw that ball, pigskin. So
those are all the games taking place in Week 5, and we'll see how they turn out. Thank you for tuning in to Let the Fans Talk. Goodbye.